Charlenes Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. There are only a few things that have been able to stand the test of time in Jewett City, and one of them just happens to be Charlenes Diner, who just celebrated their 40th anniversary in business. How do you stay in business that long in a small town like Jewett City? It's a simple recipe, really great food and friendly service, and of course, family. You'll feel like family too, because you'll always be greeted with a smile that makes you feel like you're right at home. Stop by for breakfast or lunch 7 days a week. If you don't have any time, well, that's no problem. Order ahead and your food will be waiting for you when you walk into Charlene's door. You can find Charlene's Diner on Facebook too. Stop in and join the family for breakfast or lunch today.
I'm Charlene. Come to Charlene's Diner and order what you want and eat what you get.
Here's a look at your local news headlines on SNSN Internet Radio. Here's a reminder for Griswold seniors. If you are having a problem signing up for your COVID-19 vaccine, help is available from the Griswold Senior Center. Simply call the center at 860-376-2604, and they will assist you in making the appointment for your vaccine. The Senior Center number again, 860-376-2604. The Uncas Health District COVID vaccination clinic being held at the Rose City Senior Center in Norwich on Friday, February 19th is being rescheduled to Saturday, February 20th due to anticipated weather conditions. The time of the clinic will remain 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., and all Friday appointments will be honored as scheduled at the Saturday clinic. High school sports returns to SNSN Radio this Friday night as Griswold takes on Putnam. This is going to be a girls' contest. Airtime is 5:50, which is a little bit different than normal since games usually start at 7. But with COVID-19, they have moved the games to 6 o'clock. So Friday at 5:50 right here on SNSN Internet Radio and YouTube. It's the Griswold girls taking on the Lady Clippers of Putnam.
The 9 a.m. report on
For your Thursday, snow showers early. We've come spitting of snow in the afternoon. Highs will be about 28 degrees. Anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of snow are possible. The Thursday evening periods of snow will continue. Be some mixed participation around. Highs will be around.
Precipitation?
The
new word today is precipitation. Use it in a sentence.
Quit confusing me. The highs will be around 26 degrees. Additional accumulation is possible between 1 to 3 inches of snow. Friday, I hate to go into Friday, but guess what? Snow, variable cloudiness. Snow will continue anywhere between, again, 1 to 3 inches of snow. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Wednesday, 02/17/2021.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. It is on 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's Wednesday morning. No, we don't use that particular word for Wednesday anymore. It's not even relevant, is it, Paul?
No, it's not.
Hump day is not even relevant.
I didn't even say the word.
No, hump day is not.
Nope.
Don't use hump day.
Nope.
Hump day doesn't mean a thing. All right. So we are joined in the studio by a couple of folks right now that we haven't had it. Well, one gentleman we haven't had in quite some time, Joe Kuchar. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Now, give us announce what organization you are with and what you do with. Well, I'll just say it: the Young Marines.
Well, I'm the unit commander for the Natchog River Young Marines. We're a youth organization that drills out of Danielson, Connecticut.
And what kind of things do the Young Marines do? What do you participate in locally?
Locally, we do a lot of community service. We help out other organizations. Um, we're a big staple here in Jewett City, Putnam,
Yeah.
Killingly. Our area is pretty vast.
So you cover quite a ground. I know you guys do and take part in a lot of activities here in Griswold, whether it's an event, whether Ryan Aubin asks you to come down and take part in, whether it's Youthtopia or Spooktopia or whatever. You guys are always at the ready, and you guys are phenomenal with what you guys do.
Thank you.
So how does that happen? I mean, what kind of things do you instill in your young Marines that make them so well? First of all, great young adults and very efficient at what they do. You guys park cars like nobody I've ever seen.
Well, we instill. I mean, our core values are leadership, teamwork, and discipline. And discipline is self-discipline. It's not Marine Corps style discipline. But we work with them, polish them up to get them to be the leaders that they are truly achieving to be. And the teamwork is a major part of it, because one person can do things, but as a team, it's much easier and more vast to get things done.
Now, do you have a military background yourself?
I do. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
For 4 years,
Mhm.
okay. So, I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go into the military. I was too afraid of basic training. I really was. That's a true story. Yeah.
You remind me of that guy in Army.
What?
Huh? Candy.
John Candy?
John Candy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be you going through boot camp.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I just decided to become a slug. So that's what I've done. Now we have a young lady with you. Actually, the reason why I wanted to have both of you here today, and her name is Makayla Barstow, and you are a sophomore at Plainfield High School. Good morning, correct? Am I right in all that?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So how old are you now?
I'm 16.
Okay. How old were you when you got involved with the Young Marines? And we're going to get to, why you're here and why what we want to talk about. But how old were you when you got involved with the Young Marines, and how did it start?
I was 8 years old, and my brother and sister were involved in the program, and my parents saw the change that they saw in my brother and sister and thought that it would be really good for me. So they decided to sign me up.
So you say the change. What kind of change?
Just really how they carried themselves, the self-discipline that the Young Marines really teaches you, it just really helped them grow, and they wanted the same for me. So here I am.
Now, did you have
No,
something? All right. So you did the same effect happen with your siblings as you, or are they older than you? I'm assuming
They're older than me.
Okay.
Yes.
Have they moved on to military service?
My brother is actually in the middle of enlisting into the Marine Corps.
Is this a path that you think maybe you're going to take, or are you going to go a different direction?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So since you were 8 years old, so half your life you've been involved with the Young Marines. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. It really is. It really is. I mean, I know people that get into Boy Scouts and don't stay, or Girl Scouts and they don't stay that long, like that. So what is it about the Young Marines that really resonated with you and made you want to continue through all these years?
Well, when I was 8, I didn't know really the possibilities of this program, but then some things happened and now I'm here, and it really just having the friendships really helped me want to stay, seeing my friends. And then as you advance in rank, that really also kept me there because I wanted to keep doing better and better and better. And when you earn more rank, you have more opportunities at a national level. So traveling around the country, and when I was given the opportunity to travel, you meet other friends around the country, which is awesome. I have many
Yeah.
friends around the country.
So more like-minded people that are doing the
Yes.
same kind of thing.
Yes.
So what's your rank now? Well, actually, where did you start? And then tell us the steps to where you are now.
Okay. So I graduated recruit training, and then I was promoted to Young Marine Private. after a couple of years, it took a little to get the ball rolling, I would say. And then I got promoted to Young Marine Private First Class. And then I moved on to Young Marine Lance Corporal, and then Young Marine Corporal, then Young Marine Sergeant, then Young Marine Staff Sergeant, then Young Marine Gunnery Sergeant, then Young Marine Master Sergeant, Young Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant, and then here I am, Young Marine Sergeant Major.
Wow. I'm a DJ. Listen to all these steps, and this young lady knows them. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm sitting here going, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to have for lunch. So so just step by step, you know, and like, for example, when did you talk about the travel up until before we get into the main topic? But so where else have you traveled to?
So in order for me to advance to all those ranks that I listed, I actually had to attend leadership schools, and I attended a local junior leadership school, which I needed down in Massachusetts. But then when I attended senior leadership school, that was held down in Oregon. And then this year, due to COVID, I could not go to Oregon for the National Leadership Academy for Advanced Leadership School, but the National Young Marine headquarters really wanted to push for our advanced leaders to go to a school, so they held it down in Virginia. And then I've also been to Hawaii, I've been to Georgia, I've been to Florida.
Wow.
Wow.
Good for you.
How many? How many people report to you in your group?
In my Young Marine unit?
Yes.
We have about 40, 50 Young
about
Marines
45, I believe.
on our drill deck right now.
And you are the leader?
Yes, sir.
Have you had to beat anybody up?
No.
Have you wanted to?
Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody gets out of line, I mean, do they get out of line? Some of them?
From time to time, yes.
So what is it that, okay, a normal 16-year-old kid, all right, is going to put the wood to you. You know what I mean? They're going to, whatever. They're going to yell and scream at their siblings or whatever. What do you do in the Young Marines? What have you learned to keep somebody, like, directed into what you want their end goal to be?
Well, now in the position that I'm in, I'm really the mentor. So I'm training the Young Marines that are below me to be not to be who I am,
Sure.
but to be their own version of who I am, and really embody the core values that we have, like teamwork, leadership, and discipline. But really just mentoring them along the way in their own Young Marine careers and developing who they want to be. So when I'm gone, they know what they have to do.
As being a,
I'm just no, I'm odd.
Yeah.
With this young lady, you talk about kids and they say, kids can't do nothing or whatever, they're ridiculous, or they're not disciplined. And you talk to this young lady right here, and I'm just sitting here and standing here in awe of what she knows, in her head already about this world. It's amazing.
At 16.
At 16 years old.
During
COVID.
I know. As a young Marine, if you decide to take a career path into the Marines, what does this give you some kind of an advantage in the Marine Corps? Does it make sense to go to college and come out and try to get into an officer training thing? I mean, being that you have that kind of success, I don't know.
It started off with the Marine Corps, but most of the service have now recognized how much more advanced the young Marines are coming out of the program into either school or into the military, that they're now advancing them one additional rank. So once they get out of recruit training, they'll automatically get one additional rank for that. And also that there's it used to be a big thing where schools, you had to have a certain GPA in order to get into the major colleges and things. But they're also recognizing that young Marines are much more advanced, and they want the leadership at the school, not necessarily the grades anymore.
Gotcha.
But it's the structure and the positivity that we portray that really reflects on the young Marines as they're progressing through the program.
Gotcha.
Have you had any young Marines that have reached the rank that she has and going what we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes?
Yeah, actually, her brother. 2 years ago.
Oh no.
Little family competition.
Yeah, how's that working out?
He actually helps me
Yeah.
from time to time. I remember when I was actually running for this, he was like, are you ready? Do you feel ready? Is there anything you need?" And I was like, "I'm good to go."
Very, very nice. Well, so it's a good sibling rivalry.
Right.
So now let's just get into now. Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about where your travels with the Young Marines is bringing you next. What you've accomplished, which is pretty amazing. I'm when I heard this story, I called you. I got a hold of you on Facebook. Then I didn't want to reach out to you directly. I wanted to make sure it was okay with your parents. That you were able to come down here. But I'm so glad that you're able to come here today, because you're certainly an inspiration to not only just people my age, but to the kids in this area that really need to hear a great positive story right now, especially in the world and times that we're living in. So we're going to get into Makayla's story in just a minute or two. Keep it right here. It's SNSN Internet Radio. Do you have a junk car, or maybe one that got blown up and caught on fire? The guys from Scrap for Cash, they don't care. They're going to come to you. They're going to tow it away for free, and then they're going to pay you $275 for it. Scrap for Cash will turn that heat in your backyard into money, so you can pay bills, taxes, groceries,
A night on the town.
Find Scrap for Cash on Facebook or call 860-373-2556. Scrap for Cash.
As a business, your customers are your first priority. At Jewett City Savings Bank, their first priority is helping businesses like yours to succeed. Here's what Bruce Prescott of Zoe and Company in Westerly, Rhode Island, had to say about doing business with Jewett City Savings Bank.
Jewett City Savings Bank's the best bank we've ever dealt with. We've refied multifamily homes through them, single family homes. We've refied our business. We bought a new shop out in Cape Cod. They did all the financing for that. They've been straightforward. Anytime we've needed anything, they have made it extraordinarily easy for us to deal with. I recommend all the time to my other friends of mine that own businesses to deal with Jewett City Savings Bank. I've recommended them year after year.
To learn more about how the commercial lending team at Jewett City Savings Bank can assist you, call 860-376-4444 or go to jcsbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't just wish for a winning deal, make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish, make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish, make it Dish.
And good morning. Welcome back to the show. My name is Mike Minarski. We have Paul Ash with us here today. And we have Joe Kuchar from the Young Marines, as well as Makayla with a capital K, Barstow. And we've been talking to them for about 15 minutes or so, getting an idea of what it is, that the Young Marines is, what kind of organization it is. We're familiar with the Young Marines in Griswold as a whole, with all of the events that the Young Marines have participated in and assisted with. But it goes much, much further than that. And that's why we have Makayla in here this morning. So far, Makayla, we've talked about, how you joined the Young Marines, a little bit of sibling rivalry between you and your brothers. And now you have been bestowed with quite an honor. And I want you to, if you could, go ahead and tell everybody what that honor is and how did it happen?
I am the Division I Young Marine of the Year. So I had to go if I were to say how I got this award, there was paperwork that had to be done. I had to construct a packet, an essay, and then I had to sit an oral board in front of our division commander and then many other adult volunteers in our program. And there were other young Marines that ran for this award as well, and they seemed to me the most fit for this role.
Now, with this award, where's it taking you?
I get to travel a lot, which is really fun. I love to travel. I get to go to Las Vegas in May and compete for the title of National Young Marine of the Year. And then we have the National Leadership Academy in June, July time. So I get to go down and teach the future leaders of this program.
I actually got into that, and I did go to Vegas, to compete, but I lost the miscongeniality part of it. So I got a feeling it's not the same kind of contest. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait, oh yes,
It's not just me.
The National Leadership Academy down in Oregon, teaching our future leaders, so when we're gone, they know how to lead our program. And then after, there could be another leadership school that I go down and teach. Then if I'm named National Young Marine of the Year, then there's much more traveling and meeting new people.
And the trip that you're going to. And
Oh yes, and I get to travel
Yeah.
to Iwo Jima and Guam in March, hopefully.
Wow. And you're going to escort some folks.
Escort World War II veterans.
Wow. These are things that some kids only dream about doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now your brother did get this award as well?
Yes, sir.
2 in one family.
Wow.
Does that happen often?
no,
Actually, the Division II Young Marine of the Year, his sister was also a Division Young Marine of the Year. The same year my brother was a Division Young Marine of the Year.
Wow. Now where is she from?
Virginia.
That's amazing. It's nice to hear when you hear kids these days that are doing certain things like this and already thinking about what their life is going to be into adulthood and already making tracks. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what you've accomplished over your 8 years or 8 years. Unbelievable.
Let's see, Miranda Mahoney, who's going to be in this very studio tomorrow. As a matter of fact, she says, "Hi, Joe. The Natchog River Young Marines has been an integral part of Griswold Pride since the beginning. They've helped us lead our first community-wide Red Ribbon Week celebration a few years ago. And Joe attended the National Coalition Academy with me," meaning Miranda. And she even hashtagged it. Hashtag partnership prevention. So Young Marines, you guys get involved in everything, or anything that you're invited to, or whatever. Give us some ideas like that. Like COVID right now, it's very hard. Have there been things that you guys have been able to attend or assist with even during the pandemic?
Most of the things have been canceled. When the governor has really stifled a lot of things that happen. Although we've had a fun run, which is called Racing Drugs Out of Town. We had that with the Young Marines. We do that. We've done it every year for the last few years. However, this year we had to shut it down. It was just for the Young Marines. We couldn't invite the public because of that. But it is increasingly difficult to participate in things, and some of the things that we do are just really small, minor. But it's I'm hoping that pretty soon that because the Young Marines are getting antsy, they want to get out there and they want to serve the community. So I'm hoping things open back up quickly.
That's amazing. What do you like? For example, Makayla, what kind of advice would you give to somebody, a young person that may be thinking about joining the Young Marines or getting into an organization such as yours, but they don't want to volunteer, they don't want to do the work or anything like that? What can you say about volunteering?
Do it. Because you might think, oh, it's super boring. I'm going to be like just taking out the garbage for this, like from this
Right,
trash can.
yeah.
But it's not always that. It's fun and interactive. Some of them are just having a booth, and even if you're holding a booth at one of the events, you still get to talk to the public. You work on your public speaking skills, which is always awesome. And then you also interact with the other Young Marines. So if you like want to get a new friend, just talk to some of the Young
Sure.
Marines around you.
And it's a personal growth that they
Yeah.
would get out of it. It doesn't seem like that's what would happen, but a lot of times, we'll get young Marines to come in and they'll be in a little shell and they don't want to talk to anybody. But as they start seeing, leaders like Makayla and other young Marines, they come out of that shell and they get just a lot more personal growth out of it.
Were you one of those young folks that were maybe inside your own shell for a bit, or?
I didn't want to join the program when I was 8. I wanted to be a princess.
Oh,
That's what I
you
told
can
my
still
mom.
be a princess. You can still be a princess. I don't want to be a princess myself, but one thing when I was younger, when I was about 13 or so, and I'm just speaking to volunteering, and I think you're 100% correct. My mother worked in nursing homes, pretty much her entire adult life, as much as I can remember back. And I don't know if you remember Summit Convalescent Home. It's now a bunch of apartments now.
Mm-hmm.
That area down there. She worked there, and she said that the residents, back then they didn't call them residents, they called them patients back then, that they loved to. So I figured, all right, well, I'll go there once. Well, it lasted 3 years. I would go there, and the amazing thing was that I now had 45 grandmothers. And I felt like I owned the place. I walked up and down there. Hi, Mike, how are you? And the stories that they tell you, and it still it holds with me to today, that when I have time, and I know I'm not trying to make this about me, but more, I agree with you. When I have the time, I like going down to the senior center, and I like talking to the folks down there, because the stories they tell, the insight that they can give you, you never stop. I mean, I'm 55, but you always learn that stuff every step of the way. So I think it's amazing that you have this vision, at such a young age. It's really cool. I'm just in awe of this. So you can be in awe of anything or any person, and regardless of their age. But how do you feel? I mean, do you feel like it's just kind of par for the course, status quo, or are you really proud of yourself?
I'm definitely really proud of myself. It's been a long journey to get here and to be here. It's like the words are just indescribable.
Yeah. So, Joe was with you, all throughout the process, I'm assuming. What would you tell somebody right now, a young man or young boy or young girl, that may be looking for something to do? What would you say to them about joining the Young Marines?
Well, to give you like the elevator speech, the Young Marines, we're a nonprofit organization. We're from ages 8 to the completion of high school, and our core values are teamwork, leadership, and discipline. And we do a lot of community service, veterans appreciation, and drug demand reduction. So saying no to drugs and teaching teens the dangers of using drugs. And then we also, if you decided to join the program, you would go through 13 weeks of recruit training. You would graduate and become a Young Marine. And then as you advance in rank, you get the opportunity to travel and make lifelong friendships.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Joe, if you could give us just a brief synopsis on how you feel about Makayla and her progress from beginning until now.
Well, it's really hard to put into words the pride that the adult volunteers feel when somebody reaches the pinnacle of their career. And normally this happens when they only have like a year or so left. She still has 2 years left in the program to give. But like we always tell the Young Marines that, we'll help you do whatever you need to do, but the work has to be yours. And that's the only way that they can accomplish, ranks and that sorts. And it's our job to chip away at that to find that diamond. And once that diamond is there, we just polish it up. And that's kind of what we've done with Makayla. We work with anybody that wants to be worked with, and we'll push them as hard as they want to be pushed. I mean, we still have Young Marines that I wouldn't say slacking, but the light bulb hasn't come on yet of what the program can give them. But we keep pulling them along, and the ones that want to do the work, we just keep pushing them to new heights.
That's amazing. And I know I keep using that adjective a lot, but I can't think of anything else. It's nothing short of amazing. What these guys, I've seen them in action. I've seen them in action. They're incredibly disciplined. Um, they're very professional, and they're kind. And I swear to Jesus, if you don't buy all of their meat sticks when they're selling them at an event, I'm coming for you, because you know what? This is how they raise money by selling like Slim Jims and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And they're delicious, and they're only like $1 a piece. Yeah, start charging too.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
I'll still buy them all. I just remember you guys were sitting in the gazebo. You guys were eating pizza at our Hill Fest event a couple of years ago, and I think you were there. I'm pretty sure you were there down at the park. You look very familiar. So. But anyway, because it was a young lady, probably about 13 or 14 at the time, and another one, and said, "Would you like to buy? This is how we raise funds." And I said, "How many you got?" And I think he said 12 at the time. I said, "I'll take them all." And I sat there and they ate pizza and I ate meat sticks. So it was really good. So where do you go from here? So after you go on your trip and you come back, what happens next? I mean, what else is there for you to obtain in the Young Marines?
Not much, because I already did my project for the Distinguished Order of Merit, which is the highest award you can achieve in the Young Marines program. So once I'm done with being a Division Young Marine of the Year, they'll select a new Division Young Marine of the Year, and I'll still have the opportunity to staff leadership schools and mentor young Marines around the country, but I'll also be focusing on my unit because I won't have much time left in the program, and making sure that the unit is stable when I'm gone, that they can carry on and be a successful unit.
Now, can you still participate even though you're over 18? Can you participate in maybe a level that Joe is in, or?
Yes, I can register to become an adult volunteer once
Gotcha.
I retire from the program.
Got it. So you can continue on and stuff.
Yes.
Joe, here's a question I want to ask. There are other groups, or were other groups out there, like the Boy Scouts, for example, which are now defunct and not with us anymore. Are you seeing maybe an influx of membership or kids that want to get involved in the Young Marines because of other programs not being available?
Yeah, we were before COVID hit.
Yep.
We were seeing a lot of we were seeing a lot of youth come from other organizations over to us, because some of them, like you said, were going defunct, but they were also, I guess they were more bored of the status of what was going on. Where in the Young Marines, I mean, it's whatever. In other organizations, we'll just say like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, it's the adult volunteers that run the program. In the Young Marines, it's the Young Marines that run the program. The adults are there just for oversight and for safety. Sergeant Major Barstow and her staff physically put together the training schedule, when we're going to do encampments, when we're going to do fun stuff. So it's all what the Young Marines want to do. It's not what we want them to do. That's the difference.
No. So you actually go on encampments, you actually go out camping and doing those kinds of things.
Yes.
Oh, sounds fun.
It does. I
Except for as long as it's during the warmer months.
Yes.
Well, I think it's cool that you've probably done more in 16 years of life that most people have done before their 30th year of life, and all the things that you have learned, and I hope that other kids your age, and older, will listen to what you have to say and the message that you have, because from what I've read online and articles that have been written about you, it'll only bring people to new heights. And I'm very much a fan of the Young Marines, and what you guys do. And you can we announce that this might be
No, not yet.
this might be a cool thing, for other people to get involved.
Yeah.
So I think that's excellent. So what's the young? Do you have any 8-year-olds?
Yes, we have. I think maybe 4 or 5 8-year-olds.
Gotcha.
Yeah, our average age, I would say, is probably 13 or 14. And it's never too late to join, because you can only, like I said earlier, and Sergeant Major said that you can't, it's whatever you want to get out of it. You put into it what you want to get out of it. If you want to really rock it and go, then the opportunity is there. If you're looking just to, mosey along and make it through, you can do that also. There's no pressure to do it.
It's really at your own pace.
Correct.
Very good. Now, how many chapters are there of the Young Marines in Connecticut?
In Connecticut,
yeah.
there's 3.
Okay.
Yep.
I know there's one here, one in the southern part of the state. And where's the third?
It's in it's Brass City and
Waterbury.
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 Yep.
Okay.
That's the original Young Marine unit that opened up down there.
Gotcha. Oh, that was the original?
The original.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, in the country?
In the country. Yep. That was the first unit.
Oh, okay. How many units are there now in the country?
235.
Wow. That's actually bigger than I thought. It really is. It really is.
Yep. That's thousands of kids that are, changing how crazy our world is now. We have positive leaders going out into it. Yep.
You know what I noticed too, Paul, is the respect between Joe and Makayla. He talks to her, via her title, and vice versa. So it's the mutual respect is certainly there, and it's nice to see that the adult is giving the younger person that respect that they've earned as well. So you can just tell just the way you carry yourself. You know what I mean?
The way you're standing. You
Exactly.
haven't slept once.
There's a huge people don't know. There's a huge distinct difference, between people that have gone through like your program and other programs of the like, compared to somebody that hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you look like a woman who's in the military. Really, because
Yeah,
if you follow women in the military, their hair is just like that.
Yeah.
Especially if they have long hair. So you remind me of somebody in any kind of uniform. That's the way they would look. Yeah.
What's your favorite music?
What was that?
What's your favorite music?
Ooh, I listen to pretty much anything.
If you were to say right now, I want to listen to, what would it be?
Ooh, let's
I'm
think.
trying to think of your group.
Why don't we?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is it like K-pop or something? I don't know.
No, they're a boy band actually.
A boy band?
Yes.
Oh, where are they from? So it's not like 5 Seconds of Summer or something like that.
Similar, yes and no. They've kind of been there for a minute.
Are they like a YouTube band and they're starting to?
No, they've been actually getting pretty successful within the following years. They started out really small, kind of when I was starting my journey, and now they've grown and now I've grown, which is kind of cool. But
She's a dedicated follower.
yes.
Yeah. Well, I know Melissa's daughters. They've followed a bunch of YouTubers that have now become really, really big. Shawn Mendes was one.
He's a good artist as well.
Yeah. Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth.
Puth.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
That was
also
enough.
a good artist.
Can we not forget Justin Bieber?
Oh, yes. He's also a good artist.
Huh?
He's also a good artist.
Yeah. I
He's
try to
been there
forget.
for my whole career.
Yeah.
You know what he started, right?
Canada.
Yeah. Do you know how?
Just
know the
started
story?
making rooms in his music in his bedroom. and-
His mother posted a video of him playing drums.
Yep.
And
And
then,
he started to grow,
yeah.
and now he's here.
See, it's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to something.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want anybody to know, or the folks that are listening, or people that will see this interview later on? You could even look back on this in 5 years, and say,
I mean,
But,
just if you have a goal, really work for it, and then even if it takes a long time, like months or years, just keep doing it. Keep doing what you love, and you'll never get tired of it.
Joe, any
No,
any parting words of advice to young folks that may are thinking or have never even heard of the Young Marines, that think that this is something that might be for them?
Yeah, I mean, you could just go to like youngmarines.com. You can look on there, see things that the Young Marine program is about. We're not we don't recruit for the military. If there's any inclination that you may be interested in it, just contact one of your local units and come check it out. It's not for everybody, but it is a great organization. The Young Marines, the Marine part of it, I think scares more people than it would for them to come and look at it, but it's not what people think it is.
If somebody wanted to get in, is there some kind of a fee they have to pay? I mean, what would be the dollar value required by a family to get somebody in? Because we all know right today, a lot of people don't have a lot of money because of COVID. So
Yeah, each unit does it differently. Our unit takes and just has one set fee. So there's an enrollment fee to become a recruit, and then you've got your uniforms. We make sure that we supply you with everything. So it's $50 fee, and I think it's another $200 on top of that. But that gives you everything that you need to be a young Marine. The only thing that you are responsible for to purchase is your boots. And then, then it would be your upkeep of your uniforms and things like that.
Gotcha.
And then we also, it's not like we expect that money right up front. If there's families out there that are needy, we work with them. We also have all other organizations and stuff that will give you the grant money and things like that, so they can become a young Marine, because they also, through the community, have seen what it has done to
Gotcha.
the youth.
Will you come back after your trip?
What was
Will
that?
you come back after your trip so we can talk to you about your trip to Guam and
Yes.
Oh, here comes my ride. That's the nice thing about broadcasting from Main Street, is that you get all the sights and the sounds. Whoa, there's more trucks going.
Oh, Walmart.
Could be.
Could be.
All right. So hopefully we'll see you after, when you come back, at the end of March, maybe April or something like that.
Yes.
Hopefully COVID will be all gone, or at least on the decline, so you can take your trip. You've earned it. Congratulations. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you. For having me.
No, it's our pleasure, especially to talk to a young lady and a young adult that has accomplished so much so soon and so early in life. What a base, that's that the young Marines, is giving you and other people. So hats off to you too, Joe, for everything that you do.
Thank you.
All right. Young Marines, Joe Kuchar and Makayla with a capital K, Barstow, who's going to be going to Guam and Iwo Jima as part of the Young Marines. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Paul, it's going to wrap things up for us.
We're out of here.
Let's get breakfast. What do you say?
I'm saying, let's get it.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we have Grizzle Pride coming on in along with Matt's Mission. We're going to talk about drug prevention and also a backpack program that they're going to be doing and giving out for people that are transitioning from, coming out of a penitentiary, transitioning back into. Why'd you look at me like that?
Well, I wasn't sure where you were going.
Transitioning back into society. So that is going to be tomorrow, right here on SNSN. Yeah, people show up. We do. We have guests. We have great guests, don't we? Though.
Yes, we do.
We really do, and it's great community stuff. And speaking about community stuff, make sure you visit, our sponsor, for this hour of broadcast, which is of course Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Visit them at bankeasternct.com, and you can find out what Kasasa Cashback is all about. I don't even know what Kasasa means, but it's Kasasa Cashback. And you can go to any one of their locations to discover that, whether it's Norwich, Plainfield, and of course right here in the borough of Jewett City, right across from the Slater Library. And here's another thing. If you don't have our app yet, well, we're going to give you a little bit of an incentive to download our app. Simply go to the iPhone or iTunes store or in Google Play, download the SNSN radio app. It's the one with the lightning bolt on it. And make sure you enable notifications, enable push notifications. Why? Because we're going to be sending you notifications on how you can win a $100 grocery gift card, all courtesy of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. And that's, well, do it now. Do it now, folks. And get in on the winnings. We're going to be giving away 5 $100 gift cards. And during this day and age, with food insecurity with a lot of folks,
$100 is $100.
$100 is $100, man. So download the app, and all the information will be. We're not going to spam you. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to spam you. So, but it's a way that you could possibly. We're going to start giving them away next Monday.
Oh.
Okay, so make sure you get the app from Google Play or the iPhone App Store, or the iTunes Store, or whatever it is. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. It's SNSN Internet Radio. Here's a look at your local news headlines on SNSN Internet Radio. Here's a reminder for Griswold seniors. If you are having a problem signing up for your COVID-19 vaccine, help is available from the Griswold